Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Two Dumb Yinzers. This is episode 136. Good morning,
Ooh,
Michael.
good morning.
Oh man,
Yeah.
what a day! What a day! Everything I touched has broke so far, man.
Did you touch your wiener?
No, that I was very careful about.
Okay, good.
Nothing could be finer. Nothing could be finer than my dick in her vagina.
I thought we were gonna go. No one's finer than Scott Steiner.
But yes, here we are. Welcome back to the Two Dumb Yinzers.
Yes.
Michael, start out with little buckos today. Little bucko news. This has become my favorite part of the day every day now.
Well, how bad they
Pirates
suck.
Pirates lose again.
Yes.
6-1 to the Braves. They dropped to 47 and 76. They are now 24 games out of first place. Game 3 against the Braves. The final game of the series is today at 12:35 if you want to waste your time. And special note, Brian Reynolds goes 0 for 4 last night in the loss.
Your buddy, that's your hero. Brian Reynolds is your hero.
Yeah, me and him are good buddies now.
You guys are.
We got some cuts, some claim players, some players we're interested in here for the Steelers.
Yes.
Yesterday we cut 5. We get down to 80. We get down to 80 players. That's going to drastically drop between now and next week. But yesterday they drew up Christian Blake, the wide receiver, running back Mateo Durant, quarterback Chris Oladokun, kicker Nick Skiba, and linebacker Jannard Avery are all gone. They are no longer with the Steelers at the moment, which doesn't mean anything. I mean, things can happen. Get through the waivers, come back on the practice squad, this, that, the other. So, who knows? Maybe they'll. I heard a possibility, and it was just talk. There was really nothing to it, but somebody said something along the lines of maybe getting rid of Mason or trading him or doing something and then bringing Oladokun back, putting him on a practice squad and running with the 2 quarterbacks, which again, I think is kind of unfair at this point because you have Mason who is participating and competing for the starting job. So I in all fairness to him, just because of what he was able to do so far in the preseason, I say you can't do that to him because he's finally proving something. But maybe this is the time to make a move with him because he has a little bit more value than he normally does.
Because like right there, not to interrupt, but
no, you're good.
This would be like, if there would ever be a time to trade him, it would be this time.
Yes.
Because you're seeing the progression from year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4 with him. Yeah, you would like to have that quarterback, but if you're ready to roll with Kenny being your 1 or 2 and you're ready, you sign Trubisky, assuming he would be the starter. So you would have your top 2 at thinking of the Steelers. I would be like, all right, I have my top 2. I got my rookie quarterback and I got the veteran that we just signed for. Why wouldn't we try to get value for this player?
Now would be the time. He's as hot now as he's been,
Yeah. And then bring back Oladokun back. And oh my God, when he got cut, right? Twitter, the fake media members on Twitter who act like they're real media and they're nothing more than what we are, just fans sitting here talking sports all day long and entertaining people. That's what, these people think they're, real media members, and they're flipping out that they drafted
hell no.
Exactly. That they drafted this quarterback in the 7th round and they cut him. Yeah. And there are people rightly pointing out like he's a 7th round pick. They get cut all the time. So you just might as well just get rid of all your 7th round picks. Never pick in the 7th round again. And guys he starts lifting all people who were drafted in the 7th round. Brett Kiesel, solid starter, contributed to 2 Super Bowls. Calvin Beachum, adequate starter. After that, it was just people who played. No one who really contributed much outside of special teams. 7th round picks get cut all the time.
They're complaining. Well, you might as well just throw it. Why would you draft a person if you're going to?
You never know what happens.
Have you never, ever, ever paid attention to football in your life? This happens all the time. 7th round draft picks it's very common that they don't make the team because you cut down to 53 and you have to listen. Basically, once you hit the 7th round in a draft, you're just trying to, sift through the bottom feeders to maybe find a diamond in the rough, which, like you said, I mean, okay, Brett Kiesel, a couple other instances, but that person usually doesn't make the team.
Yeah.
And you know what? If they do or they don't,
it's great.
Pick, who gives a shit? These people are putting way too much stock into this move.
Yeah, and like you drafted this guy because you're maybe thinking, okay, maybe we'll trade Mason Rudolph. Maybe he hasn't progressed. Then he comes in and he's been nothing but he's been neck and neck with the other two quarterbacks all throughout the offseason process.
You're right.
So you're like, oh shit, one of the four has to go. Sorry, dude. We thought we would have an opportunity for you, but we don't. Oh well, shit happens and you move on.
As much as I hate to admit it, you are 100% right. And Mason Rudolph, in my opinion, deserves to at least remain on the plateau that he's on with the other two quarterbacks, because I don't have the numbers in front of me, but I think that Mason Rudolph has more yards than Mitch Trubisky and possibly Kenny at this point in preseason, because he had the 127 yards in the second half of the game last week, which I think puts him ahead, but I'm not sure. I think it would be unfair to Mason, and you know where I stand with Mason.
Yeah.
I think it would be unfair to do anything just yet with him in that sense. But like I said, if you do feel the need to move him because he holds value now that he didn't have before, then that is a move that the Steelers they may make, and that would be fine. But I at this point, which again isn't me, I think that Mason has as much business being here as the other two at this point.
And he does. He's proved that. And I'm not the big Kenny Pickett fan, but he's proved too that he deserves to be in that mix. All three of them do. And you were probably thinking, the Steelers probably think, all right, if we have to move one, we can move Mason. O-line will be improved, so we won't need three quarterbacks. We can have that reserve quarterback on the practice squad. Well, it turns out the way that line's playing, you might have to keep all three.
Yeah.
So this guy becomes expendable. Yeah, it sucked. He didn't get many chances in practice and games, but you're a 7th round pick. You're not going to get many chances. Plus, we don't know. We don't know how. We're not there. The media's not there for every single practice. They're not there for team meetings. Maybe what if the guy wasn't picking it up? I don't know. Did he not? We don't know what everything was involved with it, but you're hoping that he was picking up. I mean, he just couldn't get the reps because the three guys in front of him were that much better, and that he slides through, and you pick him up after the final cut downs, or you cut the guy now, and chances of maybe another team needs another quarterback depth, and he gets be able to get picked up in that first wave of cuts where he doesn't have to wait to the end and there's no more openings.
I think a
team can get this guy and they can put him on their practice squad and put him on their team. So he gets a chance throughout the league. A lot of that stuff happens. Players will get cut early as teams do more or less do them a favor to give them a chance to catch on somewhere else before other people can.
I think Mason Rudolph doesn't make it through all the way. I think he does get picked up if we get rid of him, if we cut him or.
Mason's not going to last. He wouldn't last long in free agency.
No.
But I think that's why they did it.
There's a lot of people that are in a lot worse shape than we are at quarterback, and they would love, even if it was at their backup position because they have nothing, they would love to have Mason Rudolph, backing up their starting quarterback. So, make your moves wisely because it's not going to play out favorably if you do cut him. Like I said, perhaps if they would do that and try to get Oladokun back, perhaps that may work. But one quarterback that's really impressing me in the preseason, Mike, is Dobbs from up in Cleveland.
Yeah.
So what, he left here and all, and the thing is, I can't say he learned how to play football because he never really had a chance to prove himself here. But I tell you what I'm seeing from him in preseason so far in the first couple Browns games, man, he's impressive.
He is. He had I think he also had a good preseason with Jacksonville. The year before, 2 years ago. Like when we let him go, he went to Jacksonville. He had pretty good training camp, pretty good preseason. I think he started an actual game or something along those lines.
The kid's not bad.
All right, yeah.
Yeah.
But You know, hey, like Mason Rudolph. And even like we saw this like with Bud Dupree. He was a first round pick, but it took forever for him to for everything to click. It took
Yeah,
to about what year 3, 4, and 5 for everything to click with Dupree. So it takes some players like TJ Watt. We saw it right away. Boom, he came right in,
yeah,
dominate. It took Palomalo a year to get acclimated. It takes some of these guys a little bit longer. And I think we're kind
absolutely,
of seeing
man.
that with Dobbs. Where he might not start, but he might be coming into his own as a solid number 2, like that Charlie Batch role, like the Colt McCoy type role, like those backup quarterbacks that stay in the league to their 40s.
Yeah,
It's because they're dependable, and what it's if you can develop into that role, it's a good role to have.
you
And
would
I can.
love you would love for every player that you've ever signed or drafted to come out and make an immediate impact, like
Mhm.
let's just say TJ Watt did. But the reality is that's not reality.
No, it's
You know,
not.
you get superstars, they will. But you know what? A lot of these other people, they just bumped up a level.
Yeah.
Just like moving from high school to college, there's a big bump up there, and there's a lot of adjustments. You start
Mhm.
facing competition that's better,
Mhm.
smarter, what more
Mhm.
well put together. So, once you enter the NFL, it's a whole new ball game. And sometimes, like I said, it's an exception
Yeah.
to get these superstars that come up and make an impact the way that Watt and a few other players have. But for the most part, everybody else, they have to learn, they have to adjust, they have to it's a thing. Not anybody can jump to the NFL and
Yeah.
become successful. I mean, this is the cream of the crop, the NFL.
Yeah. Like, and you will see it. We always talk about how like great like Alabama is, Ohio State, Georgia, and you see like a lot of their players get drafted, but even they have picks taken in the first round that are busts, and they play
Yeah,
against the best of the best competition. So you got guys from like Ike Taylor, Louisiana Lafayette.
yeah,
Who ever heard of that school outside of like, oh, that's you know, yeah,
yeah,
is that where like a Bradshaw went or something, or Louisiana Tech he went to? But like you don't hear about those small schools, and he had a solid NFL career where he was a shutdown corner. So, he
absolutely.
picked in the 4th round. You never know where you're going to get your talent. So some
Right.
players from big schools can come in and immediately dominate. Some of them flame out. Guys from smaller schools come in out of nowhere that you never even heard of and have dominant NFL careers.
Yeah.
And it's just you never like with the draft is a total crapshoot. Like who would
No,
have thought Tom
absolutely.
Brady being picked in the 7th round, a throwaway pick like Oladokun was, turns into the greatest quarterback of all time.
Yeah. That's the thing. You
And there was a
never
reason
know.
he
I
was
mean,
drafted in the 7th round. He wasn't that really good in college, but there were reports like he didn't take it seriously, but once he got drafted, he turned it around. So you
yeah.
never know. Sometimes 7th round picks hit, sometimes they don't.
We claimed we claimed outside linebacker from the Jets, Ham Hamilcar Rashad,
Yeah,
linebacker. You know anything about him, Mike?
not a whole lot. I seen him a couple of video packages here and there from him. Is what he is at this point. I
Yeah.
don't know a whole lot about him. I wish I knew more. I wish I knew why we cut Avery because I thought he had a couple good looks last week where he played
Yeah.
pretty well, but
So we picked him up and so we got the people we cut, people we claimed, and the person that we're interested in, Mike, I seen yesterday report that the offensive tackle, Isaiah Wynn, the Patriots, um, I don't know how
yeah,
how how legit that claim was, but I think that'd be a pretty big pickup if we could bring in Wynn. He was a big
yeah,
name on that line.
he was, and he was with a former 1st round draft pick,
Yeah.
correct?
So I would be
Yeah,
focusing on somebody like him. I mean, I understand, picking up this linebacker from the Jets, but you know what? That the offensive line being the as tragic as it is, maybe focus a little bit on trying to get this guy. And like you were saying the other day, I mean, there are guys sitting out there who are worthy. I just don't know what this group of guys that we have right now are doing. Somebody said I was reading an article yesterday. They said this is possibly the worst line ever in Pittsburgh Steelers history. The worst line ever.
you know what?
How could they be so bad?
Because there's like no second round draft picks on that line. There's no real pedigree. A lot of these guys were projects. Like Dan Moore and Chooks, your tackles, they were project players. They were hoping Kendrick Green was going to be a plug and play, but that's turning out to be, terrible pick. You hate to say that after someone who's only been in the league for a year, but
is that the result of not using a 1 and 2 pick on an offensive lineman? It was like David Del Castro. Del Castro was our last.
De Castro, yeah, he was our last one. And like last year, we took Fryermuth in the second round when the center. Oh my God, I just drew a blank on his name. Creed Humphreys, excuse me. The number 1 rated center on the board was still there in the second round when we took Fryermuth, and he went a few picks later to Kansas City and become starting center and rated one of the best centers in the league. We could have had him and Najee 1 and 2 instead of Najee and Fryermuth.
I have to wonder, Mike. Now you always see this because, like I said, the Steelers are usually built really well. They manage their draft really. Here's the thing: over the years, you wonder about these teams that aren't ever really that good, but they they end up drafting these amazing picks. These low, these teams that get these high picks because they're bad teams, and they go into the draft and they get the best receivers, they get the best this, they get, but those teams are never really that good, and it makes you wonder: is that the case? Maybe they're just not focusing on the interior line is very significant. And they're going out there with these high picks thinking, let's go for the home run. Let's get the quarterback. Let's get the running back. Let's get the receiver. Let's get the big names. But they never, kind of like where we're at right now, they never focus on using high draft picks to get your offensive line built. And that's why those teams are always where they are. And it almost feels like we're experiencing that right now because we haven't used the top pick for an offensive lineman since Del Castro. So we're basically doing the same thing. We're getting all these skill players. We have skill players out the ass, but we still aren't that good because the offensive line lacks.
And I think what it was, we lost Lev, we lost AB. So now it's like, and we still had that line that was pretty decent at the point. So it was like, okay, we can just mix and match players in here. Because that's kind of what they did. You had DeCastro and Pouncey, 2 first-round picks, surrounded by 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th round, 7th round picks that developed well. So they're thinking they can do that again. But we're losing Ben, we're losing AB, we're losing Bell. We gotta get these skill players in to replace them. Where Steelers have proven they can draft a wide receiver anywhere in the draft and get them.
Yeah,
Najee, I don't have a problem taking him 1. I was happy when they took Fryermuth. I also would have loved that center too, just because I'm a Penn State guy. But that center, I'm always leery, like when centers and tackles get talked about like the next great thing, because sometimes they don't turn out. And this guy turned out, so I kind of now revisionist history. 2020, you kind of wish you would have had Najee and then the center 1 and 2.
Right.
You have an anchor there to when you wouldn't have to reach for Kendrick Green, or if you did take him last year too, you put him in at guard and let him develop there next to Creed, and you would have a nice little you could potentially have had a decent little tandem right there. And then Dan Moore too, you could have had 3 rookies on that line that all could have developed together, and you would have that strong anchor in the center that would kind of, you have a good center, they can hide a lot of issues on the interior line, because we saw that with Pouncey early in his career, where he was so dominant, it didn't matter who you really had next to him at guard. And then once you got to Castro, they became even more of a wrecking crew.
And don't get me wrong, because we've done it the right way for so long in Pittsburgh, those picks are very fun. Those Najees and those.
Yeah, it is. So they're the sexy pick. We're not used to that.
I would rub my hand all over those picks because let me tell you, we don't ever go out and get the national championship Alabama running back. How rare is a pick like that for the Steelers? But you know what? I love it, man.
Me too.
Najee is hopefully going to be as good or better than Le'Veon. I think the first, what he showed us so far is very impressive.
Yeah.
So I mean, to get that dominant back, we got him.
Yeah.
Your receivers, and like you said, the tight end with Muth and the receivers with Pickens. These are very sexy picks, and you love them.
But
And
were they
like
luxuries?
I said, it's luxury. We don't really, like I said, our drafting style never really lets us enjoy things like this. But it has been really fun. If we just somehow figure out this offensive line, man, and if we could do it within the next 2 weeks, that'd be fantastic.
Yeah, but trying to find starter quality players at this point, it's kind of rough. It's going to be tough. Like you're going to have like a huge salary cap casualty be cut, and then them want to come here and take less money to play because of the salary cap situation. Yeah, I think the problem with like the O-line too is like, look at all the money we're paying on the defensive side of the ball. Second highest paid safety, highest paid outside linebacker, one of the highest paid defensive linemen. There's not a lot of money to spend on the offensive side now.
You're right.
And so that defense, I know I'm kind of switching gears here, but that defense needs to be lights out all year. That needs to be a dominant defense to mask the deficiencies of that offensive line. They're going to have to win games. They're going to have to steal games.
And I think they could do such. It's going to take good coaching. And what I say when I say that is you're going to have to really play chess with your players, because we know that the defensive line has its holes, especially when you get, into your depth players. We know that there's a little bit of a linebacker situation on the inside. So, I mean, if you play the game smart, and this is where Brian Flores comes in, because, I don't know much about him beside he's so far he's been a pretty fiery coach in getting these guys prepared. But let's see how smart he is, because, like I said, it's going to come down to strategy when you make replacements, when you sub people in, when you, because you can't have three guys on the defensive line at one time who played in the second half in the preseason and just got the crap beat out of them.
Yeah.
You gotta switch out as such, where all those in there, the other, and then you make it the substitution for one guy at a time or something. Like I said, it can be done.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of head work. I mean, like I said, it's not going to be as easy as, hey, you go in for him, you go here, because there are players obviously at that position that are head and shoulders lower than everybody else. But like I said, if coached right and if done right, we could be fine. But like we said, many times in previous episodes, is that the starting defensive line, they're going to be solid between Cam and Aluwala. Who's the other one?
Oh no. Well, how are they going to run it? Cam's going to start is Agambaju. I'm butchering his name. The D tackle we got from Cincy. Those two probably start, and then are you going to start Aluwalu or Warmly at end? So I'd be fine with either of those two at end. I'd rather start Warmly. Those three, then your depth, you get a little bit better. Then you would have Aluwalu. Then you have Montravius Adams, who came on last year. We picked him up off a practice squad, who played solid. So you got right there the depth that's getting a little bit better.
Yeah.
To where you can start rotating. And I think Isaiah Loudermilk, if they put him behind, I think he might be playing behind Cam. Get him in there. He's a big body. And as long as they can just occupy space and get the funnel in for the linebackers, that's really all you need. So I think the depth might be working itself out. But like you were saying, it's going to come down to coaching. It's going to come down to Brian Flores and Terrell Austin, the defensive coordinator and the defensive assistant.
I have no reason
to figure it out,
to doubt these fellas. Flores, I like I said, I'm impressed with him so far. He's my kind of coach. I like him. I dig. But like I said, it remains to be seen. It's going to be interesting to see how he does strategize and use his players. And like I said, it turns into a game of chess, just like any game of football, really.
Yeah.
So it's going to be.
And let me say real quick in the linebacker, hey, Joker.
Hey, what's up?
What's up? I was going to say in the linebacker situation, we have Devin Bush he was out hurt in practice, and that Robinson was filling in at middle linebacker. the rookie
Yeah.
6th round pick. Yeah. So
Now Robinson, he's, like you had mentioned the other day, he's been impressive, man.
yeah.
If he could step up and fill that void at that inside linebacker position, and that's saying a lot, because if you would come in and take the position of, Devin Bush and Spillane, who are, both in their right, pretty good football players, but you come in and you manage to outplay them and take that position, that tells me something really good about Robinson.
Yeah, and he only been playing the position for like a year, so
Yes.
that'd be even more impressive.
Joker, how you doing today?
I'm good. How about you?
Good. Long time no see. How you been?
It's been a very, very busy couple of weeks. I've been doing quite a bit.
Have you?
Yeah, working a lot, and working on my album, so it's gonna be ready soon.
Nice.
Gotta keep busy. That's awesome.
That's right.
We had a couple of friends of yours on in the past week. El Dune stopped by to visit us on Monday.
I heard.
Last week Tempo FYF was in.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody who was in had nothing but great things to say about Joker. I tell you what, Joker, we are really, really trying to figure out and move things around to make it possible for us to get up to Pullman Park on the 3rd.
Okay.
I tell you what, I really want to get up there. Mike, I want to get up there bad.
Yeah,
Me
you
too.
definitely need to come. You guys need to definitely be there.
Definitely.
Hey,
I've always thought that, but now that I'm talking to everybody, I talked to El Dune, I talked to Tempo again. I think Mex commented on.
He commented.
YouTube.
I was about to say, he commented, said we definitely need to we need to try to come up there. Like I want to.
I think B Murr
was he
commented.
commented and said
He's
So
like
I mean, the
ET.
more and more communication I have with everybody from up there, I really want to get up there.
Hell yeah.
Are you performing on the 3rd? I can't remember.
I am. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
That's
So no more talking about it. Be about it.
That's
Be
right.
there, be square.
That's right. And Mike, there's plenty of known. I mean, the Hit 'em Hard's going to be up there. Tempo's going to be there.
Yeah, like people that we know. So yeah, we definitely got to make it.
Flash Gang's going to be up there.
Okay, here's what I'm going to tape my kid to the wall so he doesn't terrorize the house.
Yeah.
I'll give him a little feed, like stopper, like you give the hamsters.
Yeah.
And then I'll be able to make the show.
Use that.
Just don't let CYS see this video. We will be golden.
Use the double-sided gorilla tape that we use in the studio. I'm pretty sure that will hold him in place.
Yeah,
but I'd be worried though. It might pull his hair. I don't want to hurt him.
Oh, that's true.
I don't want to
grow back. It'll grow back.
That's true.
That's true.
throw some water on it. It'll be fine.
Yeah,
It'll be fine.
It isn't like a limb. Hair grows right back.
Well, limbs don't grow back. Shit.
A couple of
Cut my
things,
pinky
guys.
off for no reason.
Couple interesting topics I want to talk about now that Joker's here. Joker, yesterday we had talked about a story, and the story was this: a robot rapper that has over 10 million followers on TikTok. A robot rapper has over 10 million followers on TikTok, has just signed with Capitol Records.
Oh my goodness.
The first AI virtual rapper, his name is Effin Mecca, and he signed with Capitol Records. Now that story took a twist, of course. Today I had went to check on the story, and it says Capitol Records cuts ties with offensive AI rapper Effin Mecca following backlash, apologizes to Black community. My question is, with just the AI in music, let's just start there in general.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel that this kind of thing jeopardizes and maybe belittles and maybe kind of undermines what you do and other musicians and artists who really use their creativity to make their to do what it is that you do? Now you add AI, who has all the information in the world available at their at their dispense because of the internet.
Mm-hmm.
What does that say for the future? And in this story, I think that it's gonna, this is the first one. It's in its infancy stage, so we don't know what's gonna happen with this. We don't know what's gonna happen in the future. but it makes me wonder what's some stuff like this going to do for the future of music and just musicians. That
I think that where you really need to start is first of all, who's going to listen to that? I mean,
right.
It's a robot. Okay, that's cool. So you gotta wonder if there's actually a fan base for that. If it's
But it's saying
It's
they
all-
got
it's all a
he has over
farce.
10 million followers on TikTok.
yeah, that's horseshit.
I mean, are they
think,
bots? You know what I mean?
yeah, I
The
mean, for
fans
real.
could be robots too.
It's
I mean,
true.
these days, 10 million followers on TikTok ain't really hard to get, I guess. I was
Yeah.
like, you have an account for like a week. If you try hard enough, you're like at 10,000. It's crazy. So like the numbers are just, that stuff is just so, I don't know. Call me old school, but yeah, that's just a farce. And I'm pretty sure I'd rather see a hologram of Tupac on stage before I listen to an
Yes.
AI rapper. You know what I mean? That would be as close as it would get for a computer being a performer. I don't
But
think
is
that
that going to
jeopardizes
be
anything.
what the technology produces? We could then not only have this AI rapper, F and Mecca, but we could give this rapper an image now. We can make this rapper the coolest, most attractive. You could, with the technology, you can make this thing so appealing
Mhm.
that people might say, you know what, this is perfect. Everywhere where there was flaw with mankind and what we do as far as our art, this sort of patches the holes because it can be flawless because it is
It's fake,
AI.
though.
Because
It's fake. It has no soul. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like how could it be? I mean, it personally is a creation of art,
Right.
so to speak. But what it makes wouldn't necessarily be art. It's just algorithms and beats and loops. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sounding pretty simple, but like to be honest with you, I mean, in defense of music, that comes from the soul, and you can't have that coming out of a calculator with legs.
yeah, which I agree. I agree entirely. I don't want to see our music world change. I love our music and I love our musicians and I love the art and the talent and everything that's created. I just this kind of technology, it's going to go as far as we let it go.
Mhm.
And unfortunately, we as individuals have very little say so about that. So I mean,
Right.
we can do everything we can and support our musicians, but if there's somebody sitting somewhere on the other side of a desk somewhere and decides this is going to be the way to go, this is going to be the future, there's not much we could do about it.
Well, I beg to differ. I
No,
mean,
that's fine. I like to hear
I
that.
I think that I'm living proof of what you can do if you put your mind to it.
Right.
There's a place for everything in this world, and a robot or no robot, music is music. So whichever way it comes, it's enjoyable to some and not so much to others. So
Right.
I mean, there's a niche for it. That's fine, but is it putting everything in jeopardy? No, I don't think so.
Right.
I have an image of the AI rapper. I'm gonna try
Yeah,
screen
pull that up,
sharing
Mikey.
here.
Is there
Yeah,
any
do you
way
have
you
it?
can put that on the video?
Are you seeing this? The green
There it
hair?
is. There is F and Mecca.
Oh
F
my
and Mecca.
goodness.
F
How
and Mecca is
how how ridiculous is that? That looks
So
like a
that's-
bad video game character that you would like an NPC that would give you a side quest that
But
then you
again-
would kill him at the end. That's what
But
he looks
again-
like.
This is step one.
Mhm.
This is step one. Who knows by the time we get to step 50, this could be 100 times better than Eminem. It could be 100
No.
times more
No.
beautiful than who, you know what I'm
Never.
saying? With this, the technology, they could create.
Well, the
anything.
image, yeah, but like Joker was saying, like the music comes from within. That comes from like life experience and everything
Absolutely.
to make the music. So, and an AI doesn't have that. They can analyze all the words and analyze like other artists, music and see how they flow and see how they link words and all that. They can make something that's probably like beautiful poetry. You read it, but to try to perform it, it won't be there.
I hope you're right. I hope you're right. Like I said, my concern is a little bit more long term. It's down the road a little bit because I understand that this is such an early stage for this type of thing. Excuse me. This is the first time we're hearing about it. This is the first rapper AI rapper that we're hearing about. I mean, anytime you see the first of anything, think of the first CD player. It skipped. You had a, think of the first time. Everything has pretty bad flaws at first, but once they perfect it, and maybe it can start to develop a artificial soul in a sense, to where it could create, because it's a computer. Computers create all the time. That's my concern, is a little bit down the road. And I'm on board with Joker. I'm on board with Mike. I don't want to see robots take especially music over, but I'm a bit concerned, guys.
I like, to you, like, for like the evolution of robotics. Remember watching a video not too long ago. It's a couple of days ago. It was a robot. It was an AI, and they gave it, like the face, where it had like the silicone face. And it's sitting there talking, and then one of the researchers just starts walking up to this AI, and it starts to go boop the nose, and it reacted. It knew, and it felt uncomfortable. It wasn't programmed to have that reaction. It saw something comes towards it, so it gave a reaction. So down the line, they can start maybe mimicking human thoughts, human emotions, but to actually know what they really mean, to make music, to make art, I don't know. I don't know. It's robotics and all that stuff that's weird, and how AI and programs, they can figure stuff out, but will they truly figure out like true human emotions
And here's
to
another
create?
thing.
That's
There's things
just
being created all the time. Technology's being advanced. They might have programs that we don't even know of yet, things that aren't even invented yet. Some brilliant person might come up with something 5 years from now who might change exactly what you're saying, and it will give the robot the ability to develop these emotions or whatnot. Like I said, it could be something that isn't even out on the table yet. It could be something that some guy from MIT creates 5 years from now in his basement. You know what I mean? I think this just really opens the door for something scary.
I don't know. I like robotics.
I don't think it's scary. I think it's interesting. I think AI entirely would be scary, like the actual birth of artificial intelligence, like as soon as that day approaches, which is coming.
Yes.
I think we have more to worry about than just our music at that point.
Yeah, at that point, yeah. It's gonna be like Skynet.
Skynet.
Yeah. That's what, like AI like that. That's scary. But like, it's, I don't know, the simple AI that, I don't know what, I don't know. I like it. It's interesting. You can see, like, they'll make the little robots that kind of look like spiders, and how they make an act, and then they start figuring stuff out on their own and writing their own code. To do, and it just, the programmers and the researchers are taken aback by, like, how we didn't program to do that, and it's doing it on its own.
Right. Like that
stuff like that's creepy, but
where we lose control, I think, is where it gets scary. Is where we
talk about losing control. I think we lost the plot of the conversation. I started talking about
do you remember where this started out as, anybody?
Yeah, we were talking about like AI making music, and I'm talking about robotics trying to take over.
The fact that it got signed by a label, that's
right there.
Yeah.
That's the
that just goes to show you
as far as we allow it to go. And that, the executives who ultimately made the decision to cut ties with this AI was one decision.
That just goes to show you where the head of the music industry really is.
Right. So, what, like I said, as this unfolds, and it will, because life doesn't stop, the long term, the fact that, if this AI could somehow one day learn to combat us in a sense, not even physically, not even in a war type way, but just psychologically, where we have to now we have a hard time figuring out the mindset of humans. Now we have to try to figure out the mindset of a computer. And it, like I'm saying, it's like I said, I don't know if scary is the word, but it's kind of scary.
It is kind of scary.
Couple other things I want to talk about, guys. Did you guys see that? Hold on one sec. Okay, so this customer claims, how I always go on and on about DoorDash?
Yes.
DoorDash. Okay, so there's a customer that claimed that the Lyft driver showed up on foot to pick the person up. So that's okay, kind of crazy, sounds crazy, right? But then it shows the video. you ever see one of them things that like somebody can sit in, and then but in the front there's a person and they're holding on to the two things, and
The rickshaw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what they showed. They showed this woman who got picked up by her Lyft driver. And when, like I said, they showed up on foot, she got in the back of this thing, and the guy took her to where she wanted to go in that little contraption.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Did you get me from point A to point B, and in the time I needed?
I guess.
That's
Fair
all
enough.
I care about.
Yeah,
But I think that driver might reconsider when someone like me pulls up.
What
But let's go. Can you pull this big boy around? Let's go. If so, you're getting an extra tip.
What if you ordered an Uber, Joker? Let's say you was going somewhere and you needed a lift. You ordered an Uber, and when they got there, an Amish fellow knocks on your door, and you look past him and see his horse and wagon. You know what I mean?
I'd be totally down. I'd be so sick. I'd be like, hell yeah, scenic route. I don't care how long it takes, as long as I get there.
Heck yeah, me too. Like that would be awesome. Like if I wasn't in a time crunch, let's do this.
Yeah.
I would live stream it. I would film it. It'd be great.
Right. It'd be a whole event.
You assume that it should be a vehicle that picks you up, a motorized vehicle, but I guess there's nothing.
Usually they tell you like what they're driving and stuff. Like
Jebediah will be picking you up.
Jebediah will be in his horse and buggy.
Yes.
Black with leather interior.
Yes. The horse has eaten beans in the past 3 days, so it might get a little smelly.
But just imagine if you're out drinking, and then you're getting your Uber and it's a horse and buggy, and you're honk.
I would lose.
That would be a little upset at that, but
yeah.
I don't know. It depends on how much you've drank. You know what I mean? Just
true. Right. Yeah. If you're in that nice little that nice window, that would be awesome.
So I thought that was interesting, and it's always something every day with the. And I love the service, these things provide your Ubers, your Lyfts, your DoorDash, I love it. I'm a big fan. I support them entirely. Matter of fact, I believe that I remember being about a 17-year-old kid, a guy, and I was at my friend's house, and neither of us had our license. And I remember just sitting there saying, dude, I wish there was a service that would just bring anything, kind of like a pizza delivery person.
Right.
So about 25 years in advance, me and a buddy had thought of this, and I love it now that it's in full swing, and you could, get anything delivered to you. Basically, you could get. I like it. I like where that's going. I'm a big fan, and I do support that whole part of the industry. But,
so real quick, if he came up in the horse and buggy, should he be playing Amish Paradise?
Amish Paradise.
Weird Al. Playing some Weird Al. I come out with my own little riding crop, blasting Weird Al's Amish Paradise. And we'll see where he wants to go.
I think even scarier. What if he was playing like Amish music? Because who knows what Amish music is? You know what I mean?
No, they don't reveal things. He'd be pulling up. He'd be playing some thug ass shit.
They see me rolling. They hate
California love.
Yeah.
I love it.
I would take it.
I'd let's go. We're starting this business up. There's plenty of Amish people around. Let's get them.
We do know that the Little League World Series is going on.
Is it?
Here's just a quick side story that I caught from this, guys. So it says a hot mic catches a little leaguer blaming umpire's call on ESPN's desire to fix the Little League World Series. Do you guys think that the Little League World Series is corrupt?
Oh yeah. I remember this was I don't know, it must have been 6 or 7 years ago, but I remember seeing a pitcher on the mound that was the size of a college kid.
He was 30, yeah.
Yeah. You know what I mean? But down in Puerto Rico, they they can forge documents and stuff. So they swore he was only 13. You know what I mean?
What was his name? Danny Almonte.
Fucking huge. He was a grown ass man. I was how is this even fair?
Yeah, because
what are they feeding these kids?
Yeah, because the parents forged his birth certificate, and they told him his whole life you're this age, and he was found out he's no, I'm 2 years older or 3 years older than I actually am.
Yeah.
Like you can tell like the way they cover certain teams, like they want them to win.
Right.
Yeah.
They
Okay.
always want the team from the US to win because
Right.
they, it's against the world, and they pick
Right.
that one team from the US that they want to win. They just seem to like hype that team up more than anyone else.
And
But I
baseball is
mean,
one
does
of
it ever
the
get
one
to
of
the
the
point
easiest games
where,
to fix.
like you said, I mean, this pitcher, I think we all heard about that. But I mean, like this corruption is like from within, the
Yeah.
umpires. I mean, you think the umpires are
Oh, they have
making
to
it
be on
happen from
board.
the inside?
I mean, look what's going on in soccer. That happens all the time across
Yeah.
the pond. You know what I mean? And you have to have umpires, in your
Mhm.
pockets in order to make that work. Because
Yeah.
umpires basically control the game. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah,
Baseball,
they
not so
really
much.
do.
No,
They
baseball,
really
not so
do.
much. But like, you can pay off individual players. Like if you pay off the pitcher to throw a certain way, you know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah.
I don't
Like
know.
it, the umpire can all of a sudden have like the biggest strike zone in the world.
Yeah,
And they're, hey, I don't like, we need this team to win. Don't like this pitcher. Okay, I was going to start calling strikes, balls, balls, strikes, help them
Right.
out, get
Yeah.
what we want. There's corruption in every sport at every level. So it wouldn't surprise me.
yeah. And the thing is, I mean, Little League baseball should in fact be one of the more pure
Right.
things our kids can do.
It should
But
be.
this is on a whole other level. This is big time. This has other countries involved. This has national television
Yeah,
contracts.
it's on television.
Once you add all that stuff,
Yep.
there's no telling,
No, it's just the same as everything else,
I want to know.
Absolutely.
I want to know like the off sports book betting that goes on with Little League World Series.
I can only imagine.
Because like the baseball parents, the sports parents are weird to begin with, but like baseball sports parents are the worst.
Baseball fans in general can get a little crazy.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah. So it wouldn't surprise me if there's like millions of dollars being bet
Oh, I can only
on
imagine.
this game on a literally
Little
kids
League
game.
Little League.
Yeah.
I mean, you can bet on
Yeah.
anything these days, but like,
Yeah.
oh, I can imagine.
I'll bet on snail racing, but come on now, little kid. No.
Yeah.
This has like that South Park Crack Baby Basketball Association vibe going on.
Right.
I just wanted to throw that out there. It
I
popped into my head, so I had to say it.
perfect. You did good, Boo. You did good.
Thank Thank
Now
you.
this next headline, guys, I need your help, especially you, Joker. I think that that your insight could be pretty valuable. So here, let me put this one out.
Okay, shoot.
Teen who identifies as a cat is
Oh,
allowed by the
God.
school to act like a cat.
All right, look, let me stop you right now.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't speak for everybody, but I will
Right.
speak on this. There are two genders. That's it.
Yeah.
Male, female. I identify as a she. There's that. That's where
Yeah.
I stand on that. So, cat,
So anything,
come on.
anything.
Seriously?
But like they'll let them be a cat, but they won't let that. So like a kid who is trans actually identify the way they want to be.
Like, that's not gender. That's something entirely different.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with the world?
Yeah.
How
No,
much
I
time do you
agree.
have, and how much weed do we have? And I can give us a soliloquy.
I don't know. Let me start packing this bowl. Okay, we're gonna have to go all over time.
But let me read that again.
I
Let me
mean-
read the whole way through. Teen who identifies as a cat allowed by school to act feline and not speak. See, I think that's a problem
my
in the sense you're
God.
trying
Yeah.
to educate the student whether they want to be a cat, whether they want to be a chicken, whether they want to be it doesn't matter. You at some point are in school for the education. Now the person says that they can't talk because they can't because they identify as a cat. I agree, Joker. You're 100% right. I mean, the fact of the matter is, at the end of the day, the person is not a cat. She's not a cat. She's a human being, and she should be required to have to speak
Right.
when spoken to,
Right.
answer questions, just like every other student, no matter where you are, who you are, anywhere in this country. So you're not on board, Joker. You're not on board of the whole cat
No,
thing, huh?
I'm not.
No.
So look, there's black, white, and gray. So there's he,
Yeah.
her, and they. I guess that's where I
Yeah,
draw the
that's
line.
that's
You
yeah,
feel me?
yeah.
You know?
But yeah,
That where
because
you're at, Mike?
it just baffles my like I
That,
said,
that
it just,
shit. That shit is
yeah,
getting
you
out of
can't
hand,
kids
and then
can't
you'll get
be
things like that.
yeah.
People just take advantage of it. And it's
Yeah,
just like,
exactly. Yeah.
Where do you draw the line? No, you just
Exactly. Right.
it's
like Buff Pie said, there's a difference between gender and species. Let the kid be, if they're saying, hey, I'm female, be female, male, be male, I'm they, be they.
Stitch
Be a
is
fucking
very
cat at
active in
home.
the chat.
Be a cat at home.
Real shit.
Right.
But I don't think you like. Yeah, but you can't like sit there and say that is a gender though. Like when you
That's
say I
what I'm
identify,
saying. That's what I'm saying. There's no. Like there's a difference between gender and species.
That's
Right.
like you
can
might
be
go to work.
you can be the gender that you are at school, or that you can be your gender at school, but you can be a cat at home.
Well,
I don't care,
they
don't care if you want to be. Yeah, I don't. It's
Here's my
the spirit
sociological
animal. There you go.
Tonight, Mike, here's a sociological experience.
Oh, God.
Experiment. You're going to go to work and you are going to identify as a stegosaurus and see how your night at work goes.
yeah.
Here's what would happen.
I want to hear what happens.
They will find cardboard boxes and they will cut out. They will make me look like a stegosaurus.
Or do the Tyrannosaurus, because they're the ones that got the wee little arms, right? I want to see you like pull your arms.
Like a T-Rex. I got the big-headed little arms anyway.
Yeah.
At work, they would go for that.
Matter of fact, there was a couple times where I thought you were a Tyrannosaurus. I'm just playing.
Did you say a Tyrannosaurus or Tyrannosaurus?
A Tyrannosaurus.
Yeah. I don't know what that is.
I identify as a Tyrannosaurus. How about that?
Well, okay. If I'm going to commit to the bit, here's what I'll have to get the T-Rex head, arms, a wig.
Well, if you commit to a bit, you wouldn't be able to talk because it'd be in your mouth, right?
A good call. That's a damn good call.
So then you'd be identifying as a horse, right?
What I do on my own time, whatever I got to do to pay the bills.
You know?
You look like Mike just shaved yesterday. Kind of has that baby mouse look going on.
He does.
If you could identify as a baby mouse, Mike, you're real pink and you have no hair.
This is out of hand. We're done with this.
Y'all killing me.
Kids, don't. You can't. You can identify as anything, but there's the gender is what one or the other. I mean,
yeah.
You take you to tango, and then there's if you want to be in the middle ground, there's that. All that other shit. That's just an excuse to be
an ass.
Oh, and a whole nother word I could say, but I won't say on live.
There you go. This reminds me, like we had a kid in like first, second grade. He would bark.
Well, I think that's kind
of
first and second grade. I think everybody knows barker.
Yeah, he was a barker, but he did all of his work. He just barked. I haven't thought about that kid in years till now. I wonder what he's up to.
A lot of people definitely had that kid, especially in them grades. They crawled around on all fours and they barked. But I think
maybe he foretold.
I pretended to be a cat when I was a kid, and then I crawled on a dresser. I fell off the dresser. The TV came down, smacked me in the head. Maybe that's why I'm all fucked up.
But I think the kid who barked foretold the prophecy that DMX will rise to the top of the rap game.
DMX.
Arr.
Stop.
Yes.
I'm sleep deprived.
Where my dogs at? Yeah, you're telling me. This is gonna be like my last sip of rum. I've been going.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about.
We got about 5 minutes in today's show left. Yesterday, Joker, we was going over some things. I found a list of the differences between the things that we in Generation X had done compared to the people that are in Generation Z and what's the other one? Millennials.
I have no idea what generation I am. I know I'm turning 31 in September.
Oh, you're millennial. You're millennial.
Millennial.
Yeah, you're like right in there.
But I'm like an old soul. So I'm like generation millennial. How about that?
There you go. So they're trying to erase part of Gen X, like the younger Gen X, like me. They're saying we're elder millennials or Zennial or like
oh my god
Zennials. Like no. No.
Identify as fuck off. That's what I'm
That's right.
Say.
That's right. You're the fuck off movement around here.
I'm the nipple rubber generation.
But just let me read a couple of these to you before we go off today. These are just a few things that we used to do that kids nowadays just can't fathom.
Just face it, we're going into overtime.
We are.
Yeah, we are. Fuck it.
I'm on there. It's been a while. Come on.
You're right. So we have calling movie phone on your local, calling your local theater.
Oh my God, I remember doing that. And then when you miss the time, you have to wait for every single fucking film to be listed.
Because your friends are going, your friends are like, what time? What time? Let's shut the fuck up. I'll tell you.
And then you miss it, and then like you start talking, and you're like, fuck, here it comes. Oh no, what? Like, I remember all that struggle was so real.
How about this one? Having to go in person to buy your concert ticket to Giant Eagle, Ticketmaster. Yep. You wanted to go see your favorite band.
I still do that.
Do you? Do they still do that like over the counter?
Yeah, you can still do that. Yeah, you can still do that. Yeah.
I thought that was like a relic of the past.
No, they still do it.
Damn.
There are box offices still. Not barely, but I know Giant Eagle still sells tickets.
Giant Eagle's old school, man.
Giant Eagle's pimp. Giant Eagle's pimping.
Here's one that I know that Mike, we briefly spoke about on the show, using the card catalog to find a book in a library.
Oh my God, I remember that. Dewey
Decimal System?
Dewey Decimal. I was saying it already. Damn it.
Do they still have those within school libraries? Do they even have school libraries anymore?
Yeah.
They have a room with computers.
Yeah. That's what I imagine.
I was the Dewey Decimal champion in fifth grade.
And it says welcome to Google on the
right.
Do your own research and good luck.
Yeah.
Having to do school assignments with encyclopedias, like getting a subject.
Well, growing up, that's all I had was encyclopedia.
And you hope that there's enough information within there to fill out your report. You know what
you actually hope is that you find the book that has the section of letters that you're looking for.
You're right.
Yep.
Like, I'm missing the volume that says M through P. Fuck. What am I gonna
do? Screening phone calls by waiting to see who was leaving a message on the answering machine and then deciding whether or not to call them back. I guess I still do that with my voicemail.
I do that all the time. I still like, who's calling? I don't know you.
Check my voicemail. I never check it. I just let that shit go, and then I empty the box when it tells me it's full. I don't even listen though.
See, I
like, you don't have the decency to text me. I mean, who listens to voicemail?
I read the transcription. If there's no transcription, I delete it.
Yeah, the visual voicemail.
Yep.
Here's one for you guys. Paging with a pager, paging someone.
Oh my God, I remember this.
Sit around next to the phone until they called you back.
Yeah. Thank goodness I only had to live through that for like a year and a half.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was when I first started experimenting with weed, and I had to like deal with a guy with a pager.
Yeah, right.
You beat me to. I was going to say, does anyone remember the very first Real World on MTV? The country girl, she's the black the black roommate. She had a pager. She goes, "Are you a drug dealer?"
Yeah.
Is that the season that had Puck, Mike?
No, Puck was season 2, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's where I remember from season 2.
Season 1 was in New York. Season 2 was in San Francisco. If I remember.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow, you got a great memory, guys. Holy
shit.
He
does. Like, he gets so many points, but you get a gold star.
Yeah.
Tape it to your forehead. There you go. Get your walkie to do
it. Ordering clothes, toys, books, or anything from a catalog and having to wait weeks for them to get to you. Ordering things from a catalog and having to wait weeks for that to get to you.
Yeah, I remember that.
I remember selling catalogs for school.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Yep. Oh God.
Like, will you buy magazines that you're never going to read?
Yeah.
Right.
Look at the hell out of here, kid. I don't know you.
Motor Trend was like the only thing that was desirable ever. Like,
yeah.
I would still subscribe to Motor Trend.
Yeah.
Because this is cool. Like it's like Playboy, but with cars.
Yeah. It's true. Going to the store and having and they not having what you want, so then you have to special order it through the store.
Right.
Which took forever. Remember that?
People don't know you can fucking still do that.
That's true. But with the internet, you can bypass the whole system and just order whatever you want, you know? Mm-hmm. People don't realize that the internet wasn't always here. I think a lot of these kids just think that it always existed.
What would they do? Oh my God.
talking to live operators anytime you call it anywhere. Operate.
Yeah.
Dealing with that
Oh,
one.
that's that. I kind of
Yeah.
miss that now.
I would fuck with them so hard.
You're right. Looking through the Sunday circulars so you can find out the new albums that are out, the new movies, the new video games. Like we literally had to wait till the paper came out on Sunday to see what the hell was coming out.
Sunday papers were the best.
Yeah. They're about 40
Walmart sells
pounds,
coffins online.
Walmart sells everything. Walmart sells internet online.
My mind is blown.
Are you really looking up what Walmart sells right now?
No, it's in the chat.
No. Oh, well, you can buy anything at Walmart. Literally anything. Like Walmart is one of those things. It's like, oh, if we don't have it, we will fucking get it and sell it to you.
Yeah.
That's what they do.
Sweet.
How about this one, guys?
I need some
Turning
hair.
on the Weather Channel. Turning on the Weather Channel and hoping that the local forecast was actually on.
Yeah.
Sometimes you had to wait a period, a long period of time for it to get to your town, your area, your whatever. Watching the Weather Channel.
Local on the 8s now. That's what they do. It's like every 8 minutes or something.
Yep, local on the 8s. Now they have like reality show. Oh, there's the rum. That's what I'd like to see.
Polishing this bitch off.
Using a watch.
Just slam it to the ground.
Wearing a watch out of necessity just to know what time it was.
Yeah.
Like if you're gone for the weekend, you're, places where there's no time, you're out maybe camping.
Yeah,
you actually wore watches.
You were the shit when yours like glue in the dark and had like a flint like lighter. You know what I mean? Like Swiss Army watch. You know what I'm saying?
Do you remember, Joker? Do you remember the one that was actually like a calculator? Have you ever seen that one?
Yes.
Yeah, it was like in the shape of a tiny calculator. It even had buttons and stuff on it.
Yeah.
You
were awesome if you had that.
Yeah. Well, you also wore a pocket protector, but we don't talk about that.
No, we don't.
A couple more here, guys. Squinting, and then aiming in order to take your picture. Take pictures. The squint, the aim, and the fact
because the viewfinder was so tiny.
Yeah, and you had to actually put the camera against your flesh.
This is a Kodak moment.
And then finally, the last one. Taking dozens of pictures and having no idea how they came out until you had them developed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh God, going through the envelope. Good, bad, good, bad.
Yeah. Or taking naughty photos and then going to go pick them up and then seeing the face of the guy that's handing it to you.
They're all like,
they're like, I know what you were up to.
Hey, listen, we are almost out of time. We're gonna run the trivia of the day. Joker, feel free to participate. This is Mike. You are sitting at about 2 and 3 and 4 in the month of August as far as the trivia goes. This is a Pittsburgh related trivia question. Both you guys are welcome, but take a moment, listen to the question, think about it, and we'll give our answers.
No.
Are you ready?
No.
The Civic Arena had the world's first blank ever used by a major sports team. Let me read that again. The Civic Arena had the world's first ever blank used by a major sports team. And
oh, I know. All right.
Me too.
I was gonna say.
Don't read the chat.
I'm not reading the chat. I already knew it was that.
Oh, okay. I put it in there in case if you answered Ryan said I'm just copying. Yeah. I'm covering all the bases.
I was gonna say it's a retractable roof because what's that? Jean-Claude Van Damme actually filmed a film on it too. That was the second time it was ever opened, right?
Yeah.
All right. So here we go. I'm going to go to Joker first. Joker, the Civic Arena had the world's first blank used by a major sport team. What's your final answer?
Retractable roof.
A retractable roof. And that's your final?
Yeah, that's Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah. Van Damage.
Yes. Sudden death, right? Was that the name?
Yes, sudden death.
Yep. That was the second time it was ever opened, right? I believe.
Yeah.
And the last time, I think, too.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah.
Listen, it's the Civic Arena. That's the Penguins. That's my shit.
Yeah. Let's see. Final
Wait till
answer.
Penn
Joker
season.
said-
Wait till Penn season. You don't even.
I can't
know.
wait now. I can't wait now.
I love hockey. Nothing against the Stillers. I love the
No,
Stillers.
yeah, hockey's
But-
awesome.
Hockey's
But hockey's my shit.
So
It's
Joker
that
says
is the last unadulterated sport ever left.
It's true.
They don't change shit.
The Civic Arena had the world's first ever retractable dome roof used by a major sports team, and that is
We know it's correct.
that
Yeah.
is correct, Joker. Mike, let's go to you. Mike, the Civic Arena had the world's first ever tank used by a major sports team, and your answer is
It's a retractable roof. I wrote it in the chat, so you can go back and look and see that I did not cheat.
Was I
So,
supposed to
Mike,
write it in the chat? This
No.
is news to me.
No. I did it because I know he would.
Well, listen, you should start making us put it in the chat so you can because in Jeopardy they write down their answers and then.
But see, I can see the chat though.
so.
Yeah.
Mike, of
I
course,
control it all.
Mike,
Okay.
Mike.
Yeah.
Of course, your answer is
Retractable roof. Oh, that's fucked up. That's fucked up.
No,
You know
your
what?
answer, Mike, the retractable roof is correct.
I
Great
know it's
job,
correct.
You guys nailed it. You guys nailed it. That, Mike, that takes you in your August scoring. You had 4 correct, 4 incorrect. So you
I am
have,
What are
genius.
you doing? What did I miss? Oh my god.
he was missing some really easy ones.
I missed
too.
easy ones here.
Oh my goodness. Well, listen, I'm off tomorrow. If you guys would
Okay.
like to have me, I would hop on tomorrow and hang out with you guys.
Yeah, please.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh
Sounds
yeah.
fun.
It's always a fun time. Are you gonna be
Oh,
drinking
yeah.
rum again?
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
We are Joker. We are going to have Eldoon back on at some point. He was not able to, his camera wasn't working correctly, so we didn't get to enjoy his
I got
beard.
that
Yeah.
picture up.
Yeah, I
We-
know.
We didn't get to enjoy his beard as thoroughly as we would have liked to, so he will be back at some point as well. I would like to have the both of you on at the same time, to be honest.
Oh,
to
we're
kinda
we're a fun misfit kind of group there. We can put us together.
Absolutely. We love
I
it.
like it.
I've been trying to get him over. I think I'm gonna try and get him over here Sunday for another episode of Quap Wobble. I know he's off,
Right.
so it'll either
Nice.
be. Oh, I know we're gonna be. Oh shit, Sunday. What is Sunday? What is
Who
this
knows?
Sunday? Yeah, this Sunday I think.
Sunday is
Yeah,
the
this is the
27th.
last. This is the last
28th.
Quap Wobble because the following weekend is. I don't think I'll be having it, so because I'll be at the concert weekend.
Yeah,
Ah.
right.
Which you guys will be there, right? So
We,
We're
we're trying our
hopefully.
best, Joker.
If I can get that gorilla tape in the hamster bottle,
bring
yes.
the kids. It's a family. It's a family setting.
He's
you
too
Listen,
much.
I'm telling you,
He's too much.
Let him. It's a ballpark. What's the worst that could happen?
That's true.
With my kid, a lot.
He would just run around until he, pooped out and fell over, and like
That could be a
shed
good
and
thing.
shed half of the ballpark in hair.
That's true. Yeah, he has a lot of hair.
Hey, Mike, do you have anything before we take off, brother?
No, I got nothing. 2dumbyinjures.com. Go to the website. You know the spiel.
Jokertrade.com.
You know the spiel. Go to jokertrade.com.
Oh, and my shit pops up, so you can get all my socials right there. So,
Because her website's better than my website.
bomb.com. It's actually jokertrade.com.
Joker Trade. Yeah, and remember the vowels.
Yeah,
Our
the
numbers.
vowels are numbers.
Yes.
There you have it, everybody. Want to thank you so much for tuning in. We'll be back tomorrow from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. As always, the podcast will go up tonight at 8 o'clock over on Spotify. Check that out if you just want to listen to us.